The greatest wealth is health. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what do we got going on today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? We're wondering what's in store for the weekend, right? Are we going to break past this 10,700 barrier and be onwards to 12,000 as we can see a good rally? Or are we going to break down and possibly see us, 8.5, right? 8.3, maybe even lower, filling some possible gap they have in a different market somewhere else that's not even trading Bitcoin? I don't know. Only time's going to tell with this stuff, but you know what? Starting to become apparent that Bitcoin is part of the future as everybody's realizing that we need a digital money for a digital world. And you know who's here spreading the good word of Bitcoin with me, fighting in the revolution? My co-host, Sammy.
Viva Bitcoin.
So how are you today, Samantha?
I'm all right.
Yeah, I see you just rolled in here at the last minute right before we went live.
There was 12 minutes, but yeah, 12 minutes before this, that's when I got home.
So how was work today? Did you have fun?
Fun is not the word.
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, maybe that's why they call it work and not happy fun time.
Yep.
Hey, would you want to pull up those cryptocurrency markets at Coin Paprika? Let's take a look and see how we're doing. I've seen a little bit of red on the price of Bitcoin, but hey, that's kind of be expected when you have these big pumps like $1,000 in a half hour, right? You're going to have some retracement.
All right, and we are refreshed.
Thank you, Samantha, because as you know, these cryptocurrency markets are constantly changing around here. Man, you got to love that BTC dominance, right? 65.66%. The market cap has only pulled back 1.24%. Not too bad, coming in at $285 billion. Amazing. We got Bitcoin coming in at $10,527. That's only down 1.22%. Like I said, $10,000 is my mark, right? Other side, 10,000. Hey, Bitcoin price is up. We're doing real good. Below 10,000, buy. Not that I'm giving financial advice, but $10,000 is a big psychological barrier when it comes to Bitcoin. All right, we got Ethereum coming in at $221. It's down 2.5%, down 19.7% on the week. I mean, we were looking at $300 before all of this hanky-panky started, right? We got XRP, 31.9 cents, down only 0.5%. We got Litecoin slipping below that $100 just a little bit, $98.28. That's down almost 3%. Bitcoin Cash, 306, down 2.7%. BNB token, 29.11, trying to kiss that 30, Samantha. EOS, $4.04, down 1.6%. Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision up 8%, coming in at $146. Tron, 2.7 cents. That's up 8.84. Let's see who our big gainer is in the last 24 hours. Wax! That's for game assets, right? Like owning guns and stuff like that in a game and it actually being yours.
I'm not 100% on Wax anymore.
I think that's what Wax is. Let's take a look at the Steam back dollar. Steam back dollar, 96 cents, up 1.7, getting closer to the buck. Altcoins aren't as undervalued as they were when we were looking at them the other day, right? So once again, the Steam back dollar is still working as a pretty decent indicator. All right, as we do every single episode around here, because hey, we're a not-for-profit organization. We're just like PBS. We're going to get out here and we're going to keep talking and talking and talking until somebody starts donating, right? Because we got a cause that we're fighting for. We're very passionate about it. And we're just looking for a little support. I like to think of this a lot like a carbon offset because Bitcoin has no marketing department. If you could give a few Satoshis, it goes a long way towards trying to make something happen to start educating millennials about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. As we go to these electric music festivals and we pass out flyers with embedded QR codes, trying to show them where they can get Bitcoin. We put a hashtag Bitcoin and coffee in the image somewhere so they can come back and find the free help desk that I provide that's listed down below with email links that you can hit me up, or on the messaging services of a few different social media platforms, which are also listed down below that I'm posting to.
You know how PBS and quite a lot of the other ones did telethons back in the day? We could do a telethon.
A tallython. I think I've seen World Crypto Network do that already.
Well, because he is the PBS, so crypto.
Well, this time we're trying to get out there. We're trying to do something a little different. We're going to get out of the state of Florida. This is a camping event. It's 4 days long. We're hoping to be able to do some interviews, possibly be able to broadcast live from the event, depending on how the reception and signal is up there in the Ozark on top of Mulberry Mountain. Paul Rouleau has donated graciously. We were able to kick it off a little bit ourselves, and then we took some donations that we had received from the channel and put them into Bitcoin and added them to the tally fund. That's how we're coming up with what we have now. If you'd like to give via debit card or credit card type deal, you can come over to Facebook, and there's a tally fund over there or a fundraiser, and it's a great way to be able to use your cards and not lose 30% to Google AdSense, right?
That is true.
All right, let's stop the screen share. Let's pull out the backyard. Let's pop up the chat. Let me grab that delicious cup of coffee. Is this that better coffee? Smells good. What was that? Coffee house blend or something?
New England donut shop. New England something.
It's good.
With the coffee.
I like it. It's a little more crisp than I guess what we've been drinking. I think you had gotten the Walmart brand or something last time.
Yes,
I could taste that. Ugh.
Or whatever. Yeah.
I need extra creamer in that.
Be all sorts of
Coffee snooty.
coffee snooty.
So what do we got going on over there, Samantha? Is there anybody in the chat joining us tonight, or am I doing that thing where I'm out here ranting on the internet with nobody listening, except for maybe James Bond out there giving me some thumbs down?
We have Paul Rouleau. He says hello again and happy Friday.
Paul Rouleau.
Anderson is here.
Andy.
Says, hi.
Awesome. Ooh, I feel a little sprinkle out here.
And we have Vention.
Vention, buddy. Oh, I'm so glad that you could get out here and join us.
He says it's mountain grown, so I'm assuming that's the coffee.
Ah.
There you go.
So what do we got going on with the news? Well, I don't know if it's just because we're heading into the weekend. I don't know if it's because the price was manipulated so much this week because of the conversations about Libra with the government, or if it was the fact that the government has come out and pretty much validated us indirectly by saying things like they don't think they could stop Bitcoin, right? That has led to the controversy at hand that is making the price fluctuate wildly in some cases. $1,000 in a half hour is not anything to really bat an eye at. So what do we get coming out today? BitMEX, one of the biggest notorious people in the space, getting shorts liquidated, people saying that they're possibly doing some shady stuff behind the curtains over there. Well, they're now being investigated by the CFTCs. We got people on both sides of the fence about this topic. I mean, they're citing that people from the U.S. are using their future markets. You know, they got 100x leverage and all of that. They could be manipulating the market, but they're saying they didn't do enough due diligence to prevent people from using VPNs and stuff like that. Or if you listen to Crypto Daily today, he was possibly saying that the U.S. is getting ready to start waging war on cryptocurrencies. And they're going to fight every battle, tooth and nail, just like a lawyer in court. They're going to go after every exchange they can get. They're going to stamp down every single piece of regulation they can get into place. They're going to want to control every single on and off ramp avenue. They're going to want to put a camera on every Bitcoin ATM and facial recognize you.
That your face app just helps them do.
No, that's helping the Russian government.
Oh, I'm sure it's all in there.
It's all the Illuminati behind it. American government, Russian government,
There's
Irish
only
government,
one
doesn't make a
man.
difference.
Okay.
So the fact that they're out of the United States and not here, I mean, is America reaching? You know, is the CFTC like going beyond their their scope, right? We're not the police of the world, right? But America likes to think they are, right? We're going to protect our people, even if we got to come all the way around the world and come pick you up.
Half the wars we've been in is picking a side saying we're going to protect those people.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Well, I mean, the domino theory is real. So, what do we got going on in the chat? Do you guys have thoughts about what's going on recently? I mean, the price is volatile. Who knows what we're in store for this weekend? I mean, they can't stop talking about Libra coin. Is it the financial savior that the world's been looking for in all of these third world countries and the unbanked? Is this just, the FANG corporations trying to find a way to cherry pick the good ideals out of cryptocurrency and use it as a quilt that they're going to put in front of them, creating their own international nation states on the internet with their own personal type of digital fiat?
I don't know. I was slightly surprised that the government was so against Libra and Facebookness because, I mean, I thought Facebook was part of the man. So is it that this is them like doing the teenage like outburst and trying to be like, you can't control me, I do what I want?
I think you got your tinfoil hat on a little too tight there, Samantha.
Who do you think Facebook is selling our data to? Okay.
The Russians.
No, I think it's everyone. All right, so Josh is here. He says, I'm here, guys.
Josh, buddy.
So I don't make a fool of myself when I come on Sunday. You won't make a fool of yourself.
Oh, of course not. How can you make a fool of yourself when you're talking about yourself? That's a good one, right?
I make a fool of myself every day, bro. It's cool. Andy Anderson says it's mountain grown by Juan Valdez.
Of course, you can see that Josh is down there in the chat. I would really appreciate it if you guys went over to his channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on his last video, and tune in this Sunday, somewhere between 7 and 8, more than likely. We'll be doing a live broadcast. It's looking like hopefully Samantha will be able to join us, and we'll be interviewing Josh again to be able to talk about eternity and what he's doing in Bitcoin and his thoughts and sentiments on the market as of, the change, right? Things are changing. Things are constantly changing. And of course, when there's change, it gives you the opportunity to reevaluate your opinion and make new decisions.
Andy Anderson says any crypto talk is good crypto talk.
Of course, because crypto talk leads to adoption, right? If you keep talking,
time you hear it.
Right. And the more you keep hearing about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, digital cash, all of this kind of stuff, if you don't know what it is, if you're not educated in it, eventually curiosity kills the cat, right? I mean, if you are a curious, educated person and you're on the outside, you're going to investigate. You're going to want to learn more. That's how a lot of us got into the space. And once you start tasting the juice of Bitcoin, you want more.
I don't know. I think that, when we first got into this, I thought it was kind of odd that the government, the United States government, wasn't regulating or doing anything about it to begin with, where it was all like, ooh, I could see this being a problem for you guys.
Yes.
Everything else that's a problem for you guys, you usually really, and it isn't. Literally, like the war on drugs. All of these things that when they can't control a situation, they do anyways. Like, you can see it. You can see it happening. When we got in it, it was like, there should be more. This is nothing. No one's doing nothing. I don't know if now it's too late where, like you're saying, people will just start using VPNs and will just start doing stuff slightly differently to continue to be in crypto, regardless of where you live and regardless of your country. And as long as you're not doing something massively bad, why are they going to come and find you?
I don't know. The other question is that maybe your eyes were opened. Like there is constantly stuff going on that is out of the government's control. But as you're inside the safety of the government shell and you're sitting here, you think they have everything under control. You know, they're protecting the internet, they're protecting the money, they're protecting the borders, they're protecting my food, when really they're kind of just trying to do the best they can do. And they are falling short. That's why we got potholes in our road. That's why we have, you know, people coming in illegally doing bad stuff.
People dying at the border and things of that nature. I mean, all of it now. All of it. Because they really, it is like the Wizard of Oz. It is a facade. All of it is a facade. I don't know if that's also why the Area 51 thing, how everyone is saying that they are gonna storm the gates. Like 1 million plus people are gonna storm the gates, and they're just thinking, you can't kill us all, because now they're literally saying whoever comes onto this property is going to be shot dead. We now have it from the Pentagon and the president, you get to die. And they're just thinking, I don't know, man. If I'm way back there, I still might be able to see. I don't know how much of our government is actually really a facade. Like, that we have a lot more power than we believe we do as a society, because they continue to tell us that we don't. But it is becoming more and more apparent that you really kind of can do what you want, as long as it is, pretty much like human nature, 10 commandment kind of thing. You can do what you want, and how are they going to come at you?
It's been a thing for a long time that people would like life to be more liberal, that they don't think the government should have such control and restraints over our lives, making so many decisions. They believe that we're born into the system, and it's a trap. Right? I mean, at what point did I get to make the decision that I want to be a U.S. citizen? When did I make the choice that I want to be part of this taxation that happens to me? When did I decide that I want to be part of half the stuff that I'm not really getting much of a choice in when they gave me a social security number? What do we got going on in the chat?
Well, we have BTC Moon Guy.
All right. Thanks for coming out, buddy. I really do appreciate it.
He says, hello, elite Bitcoiners, still holding over here, 5-digit floor. Thanks for the great show, as always.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the price possibly retracing back a little bit over the weekend, right? We've been having problems on the weekend. Either we get a nice pump, but it's been a little while since I think we've seen one of those. So, hey, are we going to slide backwards a bit? Maybe. This time I actually got some money set aside just in case to be able to buy the dip. If not, I'll take the opportunity the next time it comes around. I mean, we've seen what? Crypto Zombie talking about some technical analysis today, right? He was saying that if we continue in some downward wedge or whatever, that we could see the prices not actually start to pick up and a lot of sideways action until close to Halloween. More time for me to get crypto, right? I mean, I don't know. Summer's usually kind of hard to make a ton of money, but once the fall comes, usually money starts flowing a little bit better. Hey, I'll take the opportunity to collect crypto. It is a matter of, yes, I want the price of crypto to go up, but yes, I also want to be able to keep getting it at a cheap price. So you got to give and take a little. I like to see the price on the other side of 10,000 though. I mean, it does makes the math easy, makes you feel good about it. And I find it easier to communicate with other people, telling them about Bitcoin and how they should be getting into it. Because when the price is over 10,000, you see a little twinkle in their eye and they're all like, I can own less than a whole Bitcoin and they're $10,000.
You can own $2. Yep. Anything.
Well, I just usually start off with like 10,000 Satoshis is about $1. I was like, I think you can buy $5 minimum on Coinbase.
Yeah, I think it is. It's like 5 or 10, yeah. Overt's here. He says, well, hi guys, haven't been able to see you for some time. Timing has been off and I would miss the show by a hair. He said he just wanted to say that he missed us and the critters. Gobble, gobble, turkeys.
All right. I'm glad you were able to catch a live show. I do appreciate it when you guys take the effort to get out here and write in the chat to Samantha because, hey, it is half the show, right? You can go anywhere and probably catch the same news and talk and write in the chat, but is the YouTuber going to take time, put his wife over there in the chat to read your comment out loud and actually talk about whatever you got open and honestly? Because once again, I'm not trying to make any money. I'm not trying to steer anybody down any wrong directions. I'm just trying to fight in the revolution, right? And I want to do my part. And I think that doing my part means educating, helping, and passing the word along.
Ooh.
So,
sorry.
Go ahead.
BTC Moon Guy says that he just did MWC, the Mimblewimble registration.
Yes.
And he said registration complete, 40 to 1.
All right.
That. I mean, as
I don't know. It's going to be a matter. It's going to be a matter of seeing, what the price is. Try to hodl it. Try to time the right time to sell out. Right? When do you get more Bitcoin for it? Probably not going to be right away. Probably something you're going to want to hold on to. I don't know. A lot of people have been talking about altcoin seasons, right? Is there going to be one? Isn't there going to be one? Are whales going to do what they do to make their money?
Are we in one? All of those things.
I mean, whales making money means that they're taking advantage of suckers, right? So you got to get a bunch of new people in the market, and then you got to somehow prophesize that these S-coins are going to be the holy trinity for them and that they need to come follow it along and start dumping all their money into that and give up on Bitcoin because it's not moving fast enough for them to get their Lambo. Well, I mean, they've already done it a couple times, right? Real bad the last time. Are they going to be able to do it again? Possibly, right? I'm trying to steer people away. I don't know if I can get a sign big enough to tell them that, hey, it's probably a scam.
It's not a good idea.
If it's going to be really real, the government's going to squish it out at this point with the regulation and the KYC and the security laws, right? Well, that leads us in, I guess, to the only other topic I had to talk about today was Ycash we're looking at. If you couldn't tell, it came from Zcash as a friendly fork. I don't know. There's been problems in the beginning since Zcash came out with this founder's reward. Everybody was a little upset saying that they were going to receive too much of this. Well, that's what led into the separation here with Ycash. They're also going to want to add some other things to help, make it ASIC resistance and further down the line, make it, harder to crack for quantum computing and all these things. Pipe dreams, white paper stuff. Like, I got a roadmap of things we hope and wish. Well, hoping and wishing in one hand and writing code in another. I mean, we listen to Ethereum, and according to their roadmap, we should definitely have sharding by now.
You listen to Vitalik, it is. We're 10 years past that.
I mean, we should have had X-Rapid network up and running by this point. All the banks in the world should have been using this.
Right. Yes. Oh. Yes. All right. So.
It's all right. I mean, you can always wish and dream for a great future, but the problem is that it takes hard work, right? It takes dedication. It takes integrity, right? And when it comes down to human nature, not a lot of people have those things. Not a lot of people are willing to actually go out there and get their hands dirty to get the job done and do whatever it takes and not just fold at the first problem or the first lack of funding or the first bear market that gets in their way. So it's going to take a while, right?
All right, so Andy Anderson said, I see a lot of comments of people working on getting one Bitcoin, and that's real good.
That is really good. I mean, it is, I think one Bitcoin should be everybody's goal. I think that, we know that most people in America, which is considered to be one of the better countries, right? More well-off, privileged. I don't even know what the ratios are, but they say that there's a majority of us that don't even have $1,000 in savings. Well, then if you were to have $1,000 in cash and savings, then you're part of a small select few. Then to have a whole Bitcoin, where right now we're talking about $10,000 in a digital asset that you control like you are a bank. I mean, you're light years beyond anybody around you, probably. You're probably one of one person or two people in your entire town if you owned a whole Bitcoin.
You'd be one of 100 if you were in a city. It's just we're in the middle of nowhere. So Eugene lives in a town. It's a little bit bigger than a village, in case you don't know.
Samantha,
Uh-huh.
throw me under the bus.
Okay, so BTC Moon Guy says, don't trade, buy and hold Bitcoin. Collect your Bitcoin dividends to increase your stack, and Zcash is a joke. I have never been a fan of Zcash myself, but to each their own.
I mean, I think the problem is once again, impatience. And I do believe that the altcoins are a good place for testing new technologies to see if they're going to work. And Zcash is a great one at testing. ZK Snarks, is that what their privacy code is?
Yeah, so they're the guinea pigs, and Bitcoin is the monkey. And you don't want to.
So, I mean, you have to test this technology. We want privacy on Bitcoin. When are we going to get it? How are we going to get it? What is going to be the technology that actually brings it to Bitcoin? I mean, that's why we have so many different privacy coins coming out, all trying to utilize different technologies. Which one's it going to be? What's going to be the key to make a digital cryptocurrency that is ultimately private, but not having the flaws and the drawbacks that come with it? We see stuff like they're clunky. They can be traced.
Okay. Benton says that he finally got around to doing the Mimblewimble airdrop. I was going to opt out, but think this one is a bit more worthwhile than most of these things. I mean, 40 to 1 is not bad, and you never know.
I mean, the Mimblewimble code has had a lot of excitement behind it. If you're talking about cryptocurrencies that are in the altcoin realm that you have that are in the same running, you can start looking at Beam and Grim, right? We've seen big pumps coming out of them in the last, I think it was month and a half. It's been, so you could kind of extrapolate from that you're going to be seeing similar, right? Returns, gains, profits, this kind of stuff, expectations for needs in the market. So, I mean, I claimed it. I think we should all be claiming these things whenever we can get our hands on them. I think that you shouldn't be doxing yourself, though, during the process. I don't know. I mean, people are never going to quite realize that Bitcoin is the one true cryptocurrency that you need, and everything eventually is going to have to come out of Bitcoin and be of Bitcoin because of the decentralization that comes with it. So altcoins are always going to be here. Right. So let's go ahead. Let's take the ones we can. Just like people want to trade and try to make more Bitcoin, let them. I know that I really don't do very good at it. I can never time the markets right. It seems like I spent more money, trying to figure this stuff out, or Satoshis, than what I was making at the end of the day. Like I might have a day where I won, but then I'd lose the next day. So that's why I determined that it was easier just to hold sideways and let the price of Bitcoin go up to take my profits up. What do we got going on in the chat, Samantha? Anything at all? Are we coming on the time? Are we getting close to that 30-minute mark?
30 minutes right now.
We're at 30 minutes?
29.
Well, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, please go ahead, put it in the chats, make your comments, let us know what you got going on in the cryptocurrency space or what you'd like to talk about. Besides that, I mean, I really would like to see some donations. We haven't seen any donations in a little while over to the Tally Fund or through the fundraiser over on Facebook. Don't get me nervous, all right? I know that we still got 71 days to go until the event happens, but we still do have to order tickets. I would like some help making a flyer this time, so I'm not making it all by myself, but ultimately I will make it by myself if I need to. We'll have to order those once again from Vistaprint, and ticket prices do go up eventually. So I would like to get those before the prices go up, and I have to take even more out of my pocket to make this happen. But you guys know I will. You guys know I want to do these events. You guys know I care so much about Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space that I'm looking to see if I can't get some help along with this.
Yeah, I mean, we could throw in overtime to make this happen. Obviously, it's just going to suck. Okay, so Norm says Top Gun 2 releases in 2020. I know we saw that.
I've seen that too.
Like, he says... time to see as Bitcoin will fly past Maverick's jet. I mean, No, I love 80s movies because I am an 80s child, but it is just no one have, because I mean, I think they've redone Can't Buy Me Love. I mean, like Pretty in Pink.
I think they're just
like,
slowly working
Dirty
backwards.
Dancing. Now it's Top Gun. Like all of them. Like, is there going to be an Animal House and yes, right? I mean, National Lampoon's blah 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 is
Yeah, they
still
redid
making
that. Yeah,
stuff. Of course, yes. I mean, maybe we all just love the 80s. I don't know.
Well, or is it the fact that there are only so many human stories to be told, right? And that all we can do is put them into a modern sense. I mean, the same stories that we're constantly telling now are also the same stories that are back in all of our biblical references and histories.
Footloose again too. I mean, yes, like right, all of the plights of like.
Yes, I mean it's always cheating, lovers' quarrels, father son splitting, finding yourself. Yes, I mean human nature is human nature, and it has been the same since the beginning of time. That's why we also talk about, like, when people are talking about the altcoin markets and whether or not human nature is greedy, right? People are scared. People are greedy.
It's in human nature to FOMO and FUD out.
Yeah,
it is. Like, that is literally, it is embedded in our psyche and you don't even realize it. Like, it is in there. Okay, BTC Moon Guy says, you got it right, Eugene. And Josh said, yo, I just donated. It's confirmed on chain.
Oh,
what?
Buddy, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for helping out around here. It means a lot to us. I know you're excited. You've told me several times already that you want to see some of these interviews that I can get from people out there. I know. I'm looking forward to it, too. We're making all the plans that we can. It's still a ways away, and without us having a lot of finances locked down, we're still kind of really skeptical on how it's all going to come together. But I mean, hey, I'll buy tickets and just hop in the vehicle and drive out there at the last minute.
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
Well, I've always said we should go live in the jungle, but I can't get Samantha to just let everything go.
I think there's a jug of water and an air mattress, and he's always like, we might stay the night. What do you mean?
All I need is air and water, and they're both free.
Yeah, the air mattress is the luxury, people. If that, okay, Vengeance says Hollywood is captured by the elites. Creativity is secondary now. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's why I actually do not watch very much of anything. Like Eugene has brought up before. I mean, I watch older, like we binge watch older sitcoms all the way through.
I don't know. I was looking at Area 51 memes for like an hour this morning. That's why I made a couple and put them on. I tried to mix a little cryptocurrency and this Area 51 thing. I put a couple of those memes up on my Twitter if you want to go check them out.
I mean, I watch a lot of horror, which, I mean, that is very standard, and you can't really, I mean, if someone's getting killed or multiple people are getting killed, but I mean...
Yeah, she's a very red box horror movie kind of person.
But that's because, like, there is no sugarcoating of that. You know it's going to be horrible B-rated crap. And, you know, as long as you go into that knowing that, it's fine. And that's why I like horror. It's because, that and comedy, because both of them are pretty B-rated. Max X says, sniff, sniff, smells like the beginning of alt season.
You know, I kind of had that same sentiment too, that everybody saying that it's not going to happen. And with this being the hot topic buzz, that, everybody got to get all in the Bitcoin. Oh, there's not going to be an alt season. Everyone's too smart for that. I mean, it may not be tomorrow. I'm just saying that with everyone heading down this way, smart people do the opposite of what the masses are doing. So if you can hear every single YouTuber out there saying, hey, there's probably not going to be an alt season. There's not going to be an alt season. If you like an alt, you might want to pick some up. Not that I'm giving financial advice, but you don't want to do what everyone else is doing. That's why we're here in Bitcoin. Everyone else is stacking US dollar bills thinking that they're doing something. We're over here stacking Bitcoin.
BTC Moon Guy says, keep dreaming, buy Bitcoin and do nothing. There will be no alt season. I mean, I don't think any alt season
I'm not switching.
As good as Bitcoin season. I mean,
as the last. See, the problem is that everyone's still stuck on last altcoin season where you couldn't go wrong. It was throw a dart and whatever.
You have 1 through 500. Look, you made profit. Yes. Now it's like 1 through 5, 1 through 10. You better really hope you got the right
all right
one.
So anything at all
Max
Ooh.
X says if you storm Area 51, you'll probably find Vitalik. Vitalik's laughing. I know. I can never see or say his name without that stupid
that stupid song playing in your head.
The meme song is never going away now. It isn't. Oh, I know. But Benjamin says the masses aren't even into Bitcoin. I know.
No, and I mean, that's why people talk about with Libra that it could be good for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies because it could be the introduction. And we know that progression is a slow process. I remember as a kid, checks still existed. My grandmother had checks. I remember getting, when I first got my first checking account, they gave me checks. Who has checks now? Not very many people. Everybody has a debit card. Right?
I mean,
literally, who's carrying around that checkbook and writing stuff? Who's accepting a personal check? I mean, and keeping a little ledger on the side where you're doing hand math.
In the back where you're like, yes, your balance book. No,
I mean, personally, it's like now it seems like everybody wants to purchase everything with their credit card because of the protection that comes along with the credit card. Oh, if I'm frauded, if I don't like it, if it doesn't work right, my credit card will protect me.
Yeah, right. No, fraud. I mean, I don't know. I think that they're not going to let Libra through very easily. I think that it is, and I think it is because it is like your nephew trying to get in on your money. I think that Facebook is a portion of the man's population. And I think that they're not going to want to let them just do it by themselves. And I think it being in the news constantly and it being at Congress and all of this stupid stuff over and over again because they're trying to be able to become the world currency, that more people will be going, well, why are they saying that it's not Bitcoin? Why are they saying that it's not like Bitcoin? Why are they saying it's centralized? There's decentralized, and that will get more people to realize Bitcoin and that it's not. I think Libra will be a gateway, but not in the way that we're thinking. I think that it will be stonewalled for quite a while, but that it'll be a gateway because people will be having it in every news feed, all their stupid stuff. They'll know what it is. They'll be like, oh, Facebook. And then eventually the same thing is like you'll hear it enough that you'll go, well, they're saying cryptocurrency. What is that? And they're saying they don't know if it is or is it like, what is it? And then down the rabbit hole they go. But how long that's going to take, who knows?
Well, it's always been a three-way fight, right? It's always been the people, the government, and the corporations. And it's always been a try to figure out who's going to control the future. The governments have always been in control, or they've been in control for quite a while. People just assumed that they were going to be in control in the future. And it was always just, how do we make the government better since they're in control? Well, there's always been the fear that the corporations would be in control in the future because people know that they will have no right or individuality if the corporations take over control. And then there's always this euphoric utopia where everyone thinks that the people are in control in the future and everyone is equal. Well, this is just the corporation making their move. The future, whoever has the money has the power, right? So the government has the money right now because they're printing it. Well, the corporation, the people have started printing their money. We've started printing Bitcoin and all these cryptocurrencies. Well, the corporations are now saying, well, money and power, we're going to print our own money too. And that's going to give us the power so that they can equally compete with not only us, the people with Bitcoin, but the governments and their fiat. Well, now the corporations are going to have theirs, and it's going to be a hybrid of both of ours to use against us. Right? It's kind of how I see these things.
Max X says, yep, when everyone has sold time to buy. Exactly. And this altcoin season could be different. Maybe just the top 20 or 30. Pension says, sing it for us, Samantha. Yeah, no, I'm not singing the Vitalik song, although, yes. It really is. I know. I want to clap, too. It's all of it. Okay, Max X says, I don't think Libra will ever launch. Not as a basket of currencies anyways. Maybe just pegged to USD. Otherwise, people could just day trade Libra against USD. I know,
right?
And BTC Moon Guy says, in my opinion, Libra will happen. I mean, I don't know. It is I mean,
We can't say. I mean, you really can't say.
Because you never, I mean, yes, they are big, okay? Like Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, and I mean, the people behind Libra are big. So it isn't, it's not just like, oh, I'm some like Korean and I made us something, and yes, no. Vention said that he saw a check used at Trader Joe's a few weeks ago. Everybody was astounded.
Right?
He only uses checks a few times a year. I was gonna say because we are in a very small town. The store that I worked at in town. I mean, granted they were 80, 90 plus year old individuals, but I mean, I saw lots of checks. Sadly.
Really?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I've seen a couple. But I mean, usually half the time I wouldn't want to. If somebody was to try to hand me a personal check, I wouldn't take it. I mean,
you never know.
yeah, you never know if they got the
Whoa.
money. You never know if it's any good. You never know if
away.
as soon as you leave from doing services, if they're just gonna say, yeah, this check was lost or stolen before you could get to the bank to cash it. I mean,
Max,
I'd rather swipe their debit card or put their chip in with the little device that I paid for $30. I mean,
Max X says they'll push through some handicap version that will fail.
yeah, I mean, I think that if they don't fight the government tooth and nail on it, what does come out is not going to be as powerful or as capable as what they're trying to design right now. Which, I mean, I think it could have some good advantages for the countries which are having lots of financial problems. But if they do fight tooth and nail and they grease hands and they force their way into the system, they may get what they want because America does not rule the world. Who are they going to go blow up? Where are they sending the drones this time? They're going to go what? Hit Facebook servers? It's not the same. America doesn't know how to deal with a war on a digital frontier. They've just started trying to figure out how to protect, America through cyber criminals and crimes.
Digital, like, I mean, it's not even.
It's digital. It's all digital. This is all happening on the internet. How do you fight a war on the internet?
I'm sure they're going to try to find a way.
All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys coming out here and joining us for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. It's fantastic that you guys have been getting out here and commenting in the chat this way and communicating and telling us what you think is happening in these cryptocurrency times as we move towards the future, right? I mean, the value's gone up, the market cap has gone up, everything's going up, we're getting regulated, we're getting recognition. This is fantastic. I want you guys to keep coming back to the channel. I want to keep getting out there and doing what I personally can to spread Bitcoin awareness. So hit that thumbs up button, right? It really helps us out around here. It doesn't cost you a single thing. It takes less than a second to hit that thumbs up. It'll put us on the side of everyone else's. You can share us out. You can come follow us on all the other social medias that I'm posting to. You can utilize my free help desk. I got email down below. I got a Proton mail now if you want to keep things quiet. And we're getting ready to expand, right? Because we got a live show coming this Sunday with Josh, who's over there in the chat. You got to go follow him. I can't say that one enough. And then, you know what? We're looking at possibly doing another weekly segment on deep web, dark web, cryptocurrency. We're not doing anything to get a strike. We're not doing anything illegal, but we want to talk about it because that's how you get educated. That's how you understand what happens. You don't just say you're ignorant to it. You don't just turn away because people say it's bad. You put it in the light, you examine it, you become scientists about the whole situation. Anything going on over there?
Everybody is saying have a great night. Max says maximalists are not. Let's pump these bags, babies. Thanks for the stream.
All right, you guys. Have a safe night. Remember, don't drink and drive, and I'll see you tomorrow. And keep that BTC safe.
Bye,
Later.
guys.